Fine Arts University for inviting us to this conference. I think this is the third time that we organized GeoAdvances. And I would like to thank, nice to see my good friends from ITU, Professor Rahmi, Sharif, Professor Nashla, the cartographer, famous cartographer, Professor Fatmagul Kilch from UDIS, and our friend just met a few minutes ago, and of course Professor Ismail Karash, and other friends from Turkey, outside Turkey. So I think I hope you can enjoy this 2 days GeoAdvances conference. Today I would like to share with you some slides on the subject of 3D GIS. I think most of you may be already working with 3D GIS, some sort of 3D GIS, yeah, quote unquote. But we will see how we can see this 3D GIS as we would like to see. In a lab or maybe in a system in the office. My name is Arief Abdul Rahman. I'm from 3D GIS Research Group or Research Lab from UTM, Malaysia. I will discuss with you some issues on 3D GIS, and then I will describe recent works and also ongoing works on 3D GIS. 1 or 2 imaging trends when it comes to 3D GIS, and then our research initiative in Malaysia toward 3D GIS, or something 3D, and then I will say a few words on ocean on Mars. So far, we discussed quite a lot when it comes to 3D GIS within academia, within vendors like SOA, Bentley, also mapping agencies. Right? So these points that I showed to you, basically points that we discussed in 2012 at TU Delft during a 3D GIS workshop, close to 3D cadastral. So these 3 major groups agreed at that time, which I can say still valid today, problem that they face when it comes to 3D GIS. The solution, the tools, what we need to have, still lacking until today. Right? Okay, so I list here around. Okay, so one of them is 3D special operators. We need 3 special operators. Of course, today if you use, for example, 3D artsy from SRE or from any CAD large GIS, they're able to give you this kind of solution, but not 100% as you would like to have when it comes to 3D GIS. Yeah, you can have, for example, in Bentley, in Bentley system, kind of join or intersection in 3D. But there is more than that we need to have when it comes to 3D, for us to get 3D spatial information, right, or 3D analysis. They also agreed queries in 3D, yeah, possible, but still need to be done. Yeah, for example, if you created something, but when you edit something, the 3D object still need to be recreated according to our needs, yeah, or requirement. Performance, for example, need to be looked into to get more efficient algorithm, yeah, faster tools. Yeah, people or users today, they don't want to wait. Yeah, if you click on button for analysis, they don't want to wait 1 hour in order to get solution. Yeah, they want to get very fast. So we need to get a very fast, good algorithm for us in doing analysis. Right? Automated feature extraction also still a problem. Yeah, you can see a lot of software not able to do good 3D object, for example, from point cloud. But again, all the solution to us semi-automatic. Yeah, semi-automatic. I mean, you have manual, and then you try to do automatic. But what we need to have is fully automatic, 100%. Still not available. Still not available. Actually, inventory, circle, whatever, that you can name at the moment. So we still have this kind of problem, right? So this for basically for us to start thinking, we need to have more in order to get 3D GIS on the desktop. Yeah. So today, for example, we don't have desktop, we don't have icon, we don't have 3D icon in our desktop. Do you have one? No. Right? Of course, you have GIS in your desktop. There is no 3D GIS icon on the desktop. So there are many questions need to be asked. Yeah? So we are lucky today. We have so many young researchers. I think it's time for us to get together and then try to move, create a solution that we want to have in 3D. More issues, for example, constraint database, right? At the moment, the leading database when it comes to spatial object is Oracle. Yeah? In Oracle database, spatial, in Oracle spatial, you have all this function, but still limited when it comes to 3D spatial analysis, right? Constraint database is one of them. Quality assessment needs to be looked into, conflict management, yeah? And then of course standard. Okay. Standard still a problem. Yeah, but you can see a lot of people now working in various commissions, for example, in ICA, ICRS, even FIG, they try to work with the standard, but still in the negotiation, in order to get this done. One of the difficult things to me, to get agreed by all parties is standard. Yeah. Today we have so many standards. That's not also one standard. New algorithm, yeah, for 3D analysis, of course, algorithm for feature extraction, object recognition also need to look into. Spatial and temporal aspect also need to look into. Right? Of course, this temporal being discussed, being raised during 1990s or middle 90s, 1996, 1995, 97, before year 2000, and temporal is one of the hot topics. But you can see today, still a lot of things need to be looked into. Yeah, because the dimensional is increasing. Temporal plus another. Yeah. 1996 or middle 90s, temporal with 2D. So what happened? Temporal plus another D, or and D, multi-dimensional. Yeah. Data fusion with different scale. Data structure, need to look into, yeah, the concept of 3D data structure. Data structure is very important, yeah? Because data structure gives you kind of performance. The way we structure the data, the way we put into our database, influence the query, influence the way we query the data, right? So the structure is very important. My student will explain to you basically tomorrow what is the new data structure for indexing, 3D indexing, based on our 3D city model. And then of course, data standard, data model, and also need to look into beyond 3D, 4D, 5D. Some people call it MD, multi-dimensional. There is a commission in ICRS called multi-dimensional modeling. The fusion of these new things, the fusion of this new development, VIN, for example. I'm not sure in Turkey, VIN stands, but in Malaysia we try to get this thing going together with our partners like construction industry surveyor. So we would like to have surveyor attached to BIM. And of course, BIM is very big. We try to find out which way is the best BIM for surveying company. Yeah? So there's a discussion going on, what is the best way. So we try to accommodate what's happening in our neighbors. For example, Singapore is already implemented. Yeah? Every survey company has to comply with BIM. I mean, for government projects, you have to comply. In Australia, you have to comply. UK already in place. So in Malaysia, for example, still need to be a lot of things need to be done. A new standard, CGNF 3.0, will come out very soon, maybe 1 year, 2 years to come. 3 year again. Also new things may come to then administration coming model. More recent discussion. This is based on a discussion that we carried out last year in Kuala Lumpur. So more discussion, more issues on 3D GIS. This will be published, I think, end of this year. Of course, it will be explained in 2017. Okay, so in this book, basically, we discussed 3D object reconstruction, the huge data management, 3D cadastral, 3D marine, BIM and GIS integration, one of the aspects that we discussed last year. I think one of our colleagues, Professor Michel, was there in the GIDC conference. And of course, 3D city modeling, we also discussed in the last GeoInfo conference. The recent and ongoing works within UTM, for example, 3D special operators, 3D digitalization, 3D compression, 3D ADM, special indexing, 3D modeling. So these are basically the work that we carried out a few years ago. We started ongoing at UTM. Right? I will explain one or two of these initiatives. For example, digitalization. I think we use the same technique when it comes to digitalization. From huge data set, so we contrast the small data set, the massive digitalization. This is the concept of digitalization. This is another illustration of how the digitalization being carried out from huge data set to small data set. Small scale to large scale. We can do the same when it comes to 3D. Yeah, if you use what happened here. When it comes to 3D, so we use the framework is on 3D city model. Yeah? For example, from LOD4 to LOD1. Yeah? LOD4 is the largest, obviously the biggest data set available within if you produce thought within the city. Right? From very detailed to the less detailed. Yeah? From LOD4 to LOD1. So we carry the same concept when it comes to 3D. Of course, the data must be according to the CGMF format. For digitalization, we have to follow the CGMF accuracy requirement. For example, LOD1, we have to 6x6. So these are basically the requirements that we need to follow if you have this on CGMF. A brief workflow, for example, object has object stored with CGMF. So we just pass to the parser, and then you have the class object and the visualization, and just view using X-ray same, and then you have the class objects. This is a more detailed flow, for example, based on capabilities, and then this simplification, for example, and then the application and digitalize it. I don't want to go into detail. This is an example that we use. This is one of the most available within the area, Putrajaya area. So you have 3D blocks, for example, the mouse, you have to slice through, and then get extruded, and then you get the 3D blocks visualization aspect. Right? Same thing here, if you have sort of jagged kind of building parameters, then you just generalize the facade, and you just extrude, and then you got the buildings. This one without roof, so the roof remains as it is. So then the roof is not utilized, just the facade and the paneling. Okay. The roof is another story. When it comes to digitalization, the roof is another story. It's quite challenging. But of course, we have some other groups that focus in this roof digitalization kind of theory. This is an example. This is more mathematics a little bit. So if you have jagged kind of facade, if you look down from top, you will see this. You will see this the jagged line. For example, this is your building. This is from top view. So you have this little jagged. So you do the parameters, and then you get this generalized facade, based on the acceptable parameters that we use to general. Yeah, for example, this one, you have the original, and then you get the generalized roof, and then simply here, so this is basically the original, and you get this generalized box or roof. So here we also try to get generalized roof, not just facade, but also we try to get generalized roof. Aggregation is one of the aspects. Of course, you cannot run away from aggregation. You cannot combine from several objects to become one, or make it consolidated. A little bit more on detailed workflow from LOD4 up to LOD1. Right? Sample data set we got from the Malaysian Center for Geospatial Data Infrastructure. You can see that we look after 3D buildings in Malaysia. So we got the data for free. So we just try to test our algorithm. On top, this is the data, and then classification, aggregation, so this is basically the generalized blocks of the area. And then generalized 3D building. Change detection in 3D also we try to look into, because I think now, for example, big cities, changes happen more or less every day. Not every day, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. The changes need to be detected by the authorities. Yeah, the changes need to be detected by authorities. One of the ways is we have to get the 3D segmentation, or 3D change detection for buildings automatically. So this one, we sort of attempt to change, to provide the change detection just for one building. Yeah? Work for one building. Of course, in the city, in the area, you have so many buildings. So this is another story. That means we have to select one region and then make sure our algorithm works for more than one building. But our method only works for one building. So need to have an extension, from one building to single building to multiple buildings. Yeah. Okay, I'll go quickly. Based on CityGML, of course. For example, if you look into this sample example, yeah, so the detection could be based on parts, part type by part type. So this component or this component this component, this component. So we can use the same technique for buildings. Right? A building could be facade, could be roof, could be another part of the facade. Yeah? So we use this type, and not surface type. Yeah, so for example, if you have the data like this, and then the system, the software of the module, able to detect the changes of the building automatically. So my student, last 1 year, able to develop a nice interface for this one building detection. Okay, the 3D special access method also we try to look into. Because at the end of the day, I think if we have a lot of buildings within an area, we have to get to the record very fast in our database. Yeah? So we use several techniques in order to get this, fast access method. Right? So we tested, compared with current technique available within Oracle Special. Our technique 30% better than Oracle Special indexing method. Right? So this is the result. My student will explain this for tomorrow presentation. Right? So the idea is when we search the technique, basically try to get the number of overlapping very small. The smaller the number of overlapping, the better. So ours 30% better than this. If that makes sense. Okay, imaging trend, for example, I put it here, semantic 3D model, right? Imaging trend for today. I think maybe most of you already know about this 3D model. Maybe there's some papers today or tomorrow on 3D model. So we also try to investigate what needs to be done when it comes to 3D model access to 3D information. I'm not going to touch on the second part, in Yayını and GIS. So this is basically the standard of the basic 3D city modeling, where you have your building within CityGML format, so you can have this kind of application, right? You can try to provide application, for example, for urban planning. Maybe you have a bias here. Right? The navigation, tourism, disaster management, training simulation, gaming is part of the 3D city model kind of application. So, semantics 3D model is very important because it gives you real information out of the object. We don't need to have a block of building without any information. Right? So we call it semantic 3D city model or 3D city blocks. This is basically the standard of CityGML, the standard of definition, if you like, presentation of 3D geometry, topology, semantic, and also appearance. Today, since we work based on CityGML 2.0, it's always 5 level of detail. Right? In CityGML 3.0, which will come out very soon, the level of details more than 5. Yeah, for example, LOD4, it will come up LOD 4 point something. Maybe LOD 4.2, LOD 4.3, LOD 4.5, not just LOD 4. Yeah? So then every level of detail, it has versions, different levels, sub-levels, right? Okay, so this is basically the basic, the concept of CityGML based on the composition of the blocks of the building, right? If you can see the city, if you see the city in the generalized view, you see okay, this blocks, it has several sub-blocks. This building has several sub-buildings. A kind of decomposition of buildings. So same thing within the city general. Something like this, an image from Paul from Harvard Graduate School. However, some challenges that we need to look into, right? Transformation, transformation integration, still need to look into from 2D to 3D. Where we deal a lot of 3D city model, we cannot run away from 2D data as well as 3D data. Conversion from 2D to 3D and vice versa. Transformation needs to be looked into. There is no 100% tools that can do this automatically. 2D to 3D transformation. Semantic transformation, of course. And of course, when we do a lot of data collection or use project, for example, big area, it normally involve various formats, right? Heterogeneous kind of data set. This need to look into as well. Of course, huge data volume. That's another story. Yeah? If we have one or two buildings, should be fine. But we have a whole Istanbul. Yeah, the whole Istanbul to do transformation automatically. Another story. Okay, then we in Malaysia we try to we are working very closely with our mapping agency now to come up with a semantic 3D city model for local city as well as kind of administrative city and cultural area. So these two cities we plan to have a nice 3D, nice semantic 3D city model in the next year. So we try to utilize this kind of framework, right? From 2D data, city general, of course we need to have Canlı, for example, and then we need to have Oracle on top of this GB, right? And then we can export and import from this Oracle database or this database, or combined database, and then we can do visualization. This is an option. CCM is basically the open source solution. You don't have to buy. You just install your machine. All right. So in this project, basically we try to set a benchmark, at least in Malaysia. Yeah? Kind of, what is the best way in order to do this? What is the best way in order to get this solution? So benchmark, what is the model in our country? Because there are many issues. Yeah? For example, issue on 3D database is visualization. Yeah? So the benchmark of these three aspects, of various aspects. This is not a straightforward project, but we try. Try and error. Comparison. Yeah. On your left is Malaysian situation at the moment. We have very little 3D blocks constructed of around 50 buildings. But if you see on the right, more than a few hundreds buildings in Singapore will be completed next year in Singapore. But ours plan to get started next year. Right? Maybe due to financial constraint. This is basically the more or less how this 3D model being constructed in Singapore as well in Malaysia. To our knowledge, yeah, as far as our rating is concerned, our works basically, there is no software or any tools for us to do this automatically. 2D to 3D transformation, there is no commercial tools at the moment that are available to us. Right? So the idea is basically to create a kind of awareness within young researchers in Malaysia for 3D GIS astronomy using the model aspect from the 3D geoinformation. Okay. As a final remarks, do I have time? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Of course, you see a lot of software or vendors now develop tools, yeah, but we need more tools in order to help us to come up with a solution. Yeah. The solution available within the current commercial software basically is okay. It's okay, but if you have more complex situation, then you need to develop your own, for example. You need to add on your own. Yeah? So of course, I put it here. These are some of the things that we need to do more in order to get real 3D GIS in the market. For example, 3D object reconstruction, 3D topology, right? 3Dization, 3D special access, 3D city model. So these are basically some of the issues, some of the aspects that we need to look into. When 100% solution will come to us, we have no idea. Yeah? For example, in 2004, when we had ISPRS Congress in Istanbul, we had discussion with Azari at the time. And there was a presentation by Azari. I raised my hand. I raised one question to the Azari representative. When is 3D GIS supposed to be available to us? So he basically, the rep from Azari mentioned at the time, maybe another 10 years. So 2004 up with 10 years, 2014. But today we are 2016. There is still no 3D GIS. Agree or not agree? Right? Fusion of these various aspects. Yeah? To us, I think maybe some of my colleagues from Turkey agree with me. There is no such thing as we can say today. We are doing something research in photography. We are doing something research in photography. We are doing something research in, I don't know, spatial information science. A kind of gray, will be gray, blurred somewhere, mixed, combined. So I call it fusion. The fusion of this concept needs to be addressed as well. There is no such thing. It's very difficult now to say, very difficult, to get a distinctive kind of, concept. Yeah? Now it's going to be blurred, blend together for us to get real 3D solution. Right? Huge task, very good news for researchers, right? To address these issues. Right? I think we have bias now. Now, to us, I think we call it fragmented solution. Here and there, you have this, and this, of course. But what we need to have is full-blown 3D GIS package solution. Still not there. So I hope one day you're going to have this kind of product easily available, well known to public, to users, to school kids, researchers, kind of next to McDonald's kind of level. So this the vision for us to work with. 3D just for all. Next year, next 2 years. So with that note, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Elias. Fantastic talk. We can have 1 or 2 questions. We have time for 1 or 2 questions.
Question from researchers, hardcore researchers from Turkey. You want to learn from Turkish. Yeah, Western National.
Now, as you know perfectly, we know how to generalize the 2-dimensional maps because we have the tradition, and then now we're trying to apply the tradition to the computer, but we are not success yet. I think our problem, we don't know how to digitize a 3D world, how to generalize the 3D world in the spatial conception. First, we must do some traditional way, what we need it, really we need it, and then maybe we can create easily the 3D dimensional generalization. What do you think about that? Because you know, the 2D generalization, we are not success yet, all of the spatial elements. It's very difficult to do the building generalization, road map generalization, 3D elevation generalization, all together, to think them all together, it's difficult. Now people are searching for the building generalization on that. Not enough.
It's not enough. I agree with you. Basically, this is basically one of the ways to generalize our 3D blocks. Just 3D blocks. We don't talk about 3D irregular objects, like forest, trees. It's another story, right? Terrain. If you can observe what been done within US on themselves, the UK mapping agency, they try to come up with a 3D visualization of buildings, just buildings alone. It is a solution agreed by those cartographers. So a lot of issues need to be addressed. I agree with
we have to do a lot of work.
Yeah. I think we have bias here, are we? Any other question? Maybe last one now?
Yeah, last one.
Yeah, one.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned that we lack in 3D software, like fully automatic. Don't you think that this is because of we don't have 3D data itself? I mean, making it, generating itself is pretty costly. And when it comes to 2D, okay, we have like open source products where people can go and map, but to have the Z value, you have to rely on more different software, not software, like tools, like drones and stuff like that. So don't you think that because of that, we're still lagging that kind of solution, and still we don't need it because we don't have it, any data to use that?
Okay, I think good question. Basically, there are many groups now collecting sort of 3D data. But to us, basically, there is no issue when it comes to 3D data collection. We just go and collect the data using available tools. No, there are many tools available for us to get 3D data.
Like what?
Huh?
Like what?
Like drone, like airborne LiDAR. The problem is the engine inside the. We're lacking in terms of engine. The 3D engine that's supposed to do for us, for example, we mentioned the topology in 3D, the reconstruction, There are many companies now collecting a lot of data, even in Istanbul. But
They're expensive.
But the product is manually done. Manually done, not automatic. Why? Because there is no tools. The engine to get the things done automatically is not there. Yeah?
Thank you. Thank you.
I'd like to thank very much to Professor Elias for this fantastic talk and coming all the way through Malaysia. Actually, this is the first. Can I come out here to change the? We will have a change in computer here because there's some error messages as you see. So we get rid of that. While we're changing, we also I'll have some announcements and some also between these sessions. So we have several notes to share with you. First of all, let me start with the organization of the GeoAdvances. We're organizing it for the third time, the GeoAdvances, this event. The event, first time is organized in Johor Bahru in UTM, in Johor Bahru UTM campus, where we did this first GeoAdvances conference, which was quite good success at the time. We had around 40-50 papers in the first GeoAdvances. Later, the second one we intend to do in Turkey at that time. It was around 2012 or 12, 13, yeah, something like that. But due to some reasons, we couldn't organize it at the time, the conference. So it has been late. Then we decided, with the support of also Professor Elias, last year we decided to organize the second event, this time in KL, Kuala Lumpur. The conference is organized second time in Kuala Lumpur. Where actually we chairs together with Professor Elias, so I started chairing the conference in Kuala Lumpur. The third conference, and then in the second one, we got the support from ISPRS, which I will talk later on a bit more. We got support from ISPRS, and we started very good relationships with the ISPRS because most of the organizing committees also working very actively in the work groups of International Society for Photogrammetry and Remote Sensing. So we started to integrate this into the processes of ISPRS. The main aim of the conference, the GeoAdvances, is actually a very researcher-based conference. We are trying to attract many researchers all around the world, mainly from developing countries actually, to share experience, to share their research experience, preliminary outputs. And also we always have papers from experienced researchers where they can actually discuss their work. The young researchers, actually their age cannot be young, but their research age can be young. So the young researchers can actually exchange their experience with the experienced researchers. So that's the main aim of GeoAdvances. The title reflects also this aim because it's about advancements. This year, then, luckily, the University of Mimar Sinan Finance supports us, and we are able to make it here this time in Istanbul. And it's a kind of connected event with because there are a lot of 3D GIS subjects that will be explained here. Also, it's a kind of connected event with the other conference that we're organizing for 10 years or more, 3D GeoInfo. So 3D GeoInfo this year is organized in Athens, so it's kind of connected event. This event will finalize on 17th, where 3D GeoInfo will start 19th, so it's kind of a connected event with the 3D GeoInfo. And all these 3D GeoInfo and so on has also the ISPRS support. Also last year, I think Professor Elias has started GGT, the one mainly focuses on Southeast Asia region. It's also about discussing GIS research in Southeast Asia. And all these different conferences actually form nice group of conferences all together, GGT, GeoAdvances, 3D GeoInfo, and also we have a group, or maybe you also heard of, is UDMS, now it's changed to Smart Cities as well as Urban Data Management Systems. In the field, we've got around 50 or more professors, which forms a core group of these all conferences, which I think we discuss. And also we got a lot of industry support in all these events. We are working very closely with all this group of people who are organizing these conferences. We work very closely with the Oracle, Esri, and all these type of industrial organizations who are actually driving the developments in the world. So we are actually developing, really, there are fantastic researchers in our teams. We're actually developing together with them. Working in them, developing together with them. So all that, these 4 conferences that I mentioned, 3D GeoInfo, GeoAdvances, GGT, and UDMS, actually once you join them, you actually become one of the person actually who directs, one of the directors of research when you're experienced. When you become experienced, you actually, it's really, it's like my 10th year in this community, so it's very exciting to be in all these, because you're the people actually who are telling what the others will do. So it's kind of very exciting. So this group, which I find always a big joy to be in. So before starting all these things, ISPRS is a big supporter of our events. So I'd like to thank the new president, Kristen Hadke, and all new work, new commission leaders, new technical commission leaders, and new work group leaders, which will be determined very soon in this month, I think. So I'd like to thank all the management board of ISPRS. They are really, really, really so kind and so supportive to our events. So they are really one of the biggest force behind our excitement and behind our wishes, which really hopefully will become true, to have more advanced research and to actually produce better quality research every day. So this is our first thanks, which goes to ISPRS in the beginning. Secondly, I will talk, before starting regular sessions, I'd like to tell you about the presentation time, and in connection to the aim and objectives of the conference. Actually, there were 2 options we were thinking to actually either make this a peshe type of presentation, like 20 slides, 20 minutes, which then told we got papers more than our expectance, so we got a lot of papers. So we thought let's limit it with 10 minutes with every researcher, which we thought would make an active conference, so you won't get bored in any of the presentations, because every presenter. We don't have any poster sessions because we don't believe posters are so interactive. We believe presentations are more interactive tools to meet, and because you see people who's presenting and you want to meet with them and see some slides, and it's more and more interactive. So we quit the poster session this year. So we give chance to every, and even students, which I mean MSc or PhD students, even these type of postgrad students, to the chance to present in the event. That's the reason that we're intending to use ISPRS archives, because we like to give and publish many research outputs as we can, and give people a chance to present. So that's the main aim of the GeoAdvances, encouraging young researchers to present and to publish. So that's our tool in our publications, the ISPRS archives. That's the reason behind our selection. So we will have actually 10 minutes of presentation time for each presenter. We will have chairs whose role is to keep timing of 10 minutes. It really depends on the chair to choose between, getting the questions, maybe one question after a presentation, or getting all questions at the end of the session. I'll leave it up to the session chairs, this choice. Other than that, I think now our computer is ready, so we break like 5 minutes to get all the presentations to here. because we are trying to publish presentations as well following the conference. And also, before the 5-minute break, I'll also like to strictly mention that anything that will not be presented here will not be sent to any serious proceedings as a publication, because this is a very strict decision, because we believe that interaction with people is the main aim of the conferences, which we have messages which we really dislike from some from abroad and some from Turkey, saying that okay, I can't come, but can I, can you just register us and get the fee, and can you and send the paper out to proceedings? That is really impossible in GeoAdvances. That's the main thing that we stand against. We want people here. We want people come, meet people, present, have the courage. Because if you don't have the courage, why do you send the paper? We're not book publishers. We're not journal publishers. We are organizing an event. So if you are, if you have a courage to come and present and defend your work, that's what we require. Then yes, okay, it will be published. That's the main barrier that you have to step over to get published. So you have to interact. Science is not a thing that's done alone. In science, you have to meet people and you have to interact. That's our main advice to the young researchers. So this rule will be strictly applied in all GeoAdvances conferences. If you don't present, that's it, you're out. Okay, that's a bit strict, but anyway. Okay, so we'll get a 5-minute break, and I'll invite the first session speakers to give their presentations in PowerPoint format or PDFs, so here, and then we will start the new session. Thank you very much.
Evet, onu ayarlayalım.
Masasını koyalım.
Öyle yapalım, öyle bir şey yapalım. Evet, evet.
Sadece bir yardım eder misin?
Ben de. Siz olmak gerek.
Your first speaker?
Güzel bir